Do you love ice cream? What if it was so healthy you could eat it anytime, even for breakfast? Well, now you can with your nanas. You make your own treats that look and taste just like soft serve ice cream. But your nanas are made only with frozen fruit. Your nanas is stoked to sponsor Dish with Eileen.
I love to combine foods from different cultures, especially when they have so many similarities. A fun hybrid snack of an Indian samosa and a Mexican quesadilla is what I call a Samosadilla. I love Indian food, and whenever I go to an Indian restaurant, the appetizer I always order is an Indian samosa. It's this wonderful potato and pea mixture wrapped up in this warm, flaky crust. But as much as I love Indian food, I also love Mexican food. And when I discovered that they share a lot of the similar ingredients like cumin, cilantro, peppers, I thought, why not make a hybrid snack? And so what I'm going to do is create my favorite Indian appetizer, the samosa, blend it with a quesadilla, and I call it a Samosadilla. All right, so to get started, we are going to just add some cumin seed to a hot pan, and I'm just going to get these toasting. Already I'm starting to smell the toast of this cumin seed. It doesn't take long, and I'm purposely using this cast iron skillet because I can get it to really high heat, and I can get this moving with some other ingredients without it getting maybe too sticky. To that, I'm going to add some ginger. Now this is something that you're going to commonly find also in Indian food. To that, I'm going to add what is found in both Mexican and Indian cuisine, and that is some hot pepper. I have a serrano pepper. That's the one that's a little skinnier than a jalapeno pepper. Of course, you could add jalapeno pepper. So I'm just going to kind of get those mixing together. And then before I add my potatoes, I'm going to add a little bit of oil. So we're just going to add this in here before we add some potatoes. Now the potatoes, a couple of things about this. I've already boiled and cut up some potatoes, and I'm purposely leaving the skins on. I really like to keep the skins on my fruits, vegetables as much as I possibly can. Now I have a tiny bit of pepper for all of these potatoes. And I will always tell you that if there's something in here you really don't like, you don't have to include it. I think that it just adds a nice bit of flavor to the potatoes. All right, a few other things. We want to put a little bit of salt in here just to start to get a little bit of flavor beyond the wonderful ginger. To that, I'm going to add a few other additional ingredients. So a little bit of green. You know, I'm always trying to add green into my recipes here. So we have some green onion. And to that, I'm going to add my other green ingredient, and that's going to be my peas. Now we know our peas actually are a really great source of protein. So this, as a snack, is a smart snack because we are combining a couple of things. I've got the carbohydrates of these potatoes with the protein of the peas. So this is a really smart snack. This is something that's not only going to fuel you and give you energy, you know, it's going to give you some vitamins and protein as well. A couple more spices to add. Even though I have cumin seed in here, I'm going to add a little more cumin powder, again, just to give it a little bit of extra flavor. And then to that, we are going to add some coriander powder. Again, these are both spices that you're going to find in Mexican food and in Indian food. The last ingredient, and what I'm going to do is just allow this to just kind of come together, just the flavors, is the cilantro. And again, cilantro found in both Indian and Mexican food. So what we're going to do is just let these flavors come together. We're going to cook them till it just sort of combines, probably a few minutes, and then we're just going to let it cool for a few minutes. We want it still to be warm before we put it in between a couple of tortillas, but we just want the flavors to come together in a few minutes. We'll cool it down, and then we're just going to assemble our Samosadilla. It's that simple. Now that our filling has cooled for a few minutes, I'm going to add this to our tortillas. Now the filling still is warm, and I don't want it to be totally cool. I do want some warmth. So I'm just going to add this wonderful potato and pea mixture to the center of 2 whole wheat tortillas. And I can smell that cumin. It just smells so amazing. This smells just like that samosa that I love to order when I go to the restaurant. Now, as I'm just putting this into the center of each of my tortillas, something that's probably a little bit different than what you're used to seeing when you make a quesadilla is that there's no cheese inside of here. And what I wanted to do was use that potato, that warm potato, to serve as the cheese. I want it to be the glue that holds these tortillas together. So all that I'm going to do is just take that top tortilla, I'm going to press it down right in the middle there and let the potatoes hold that together. So I'm going to just finish the rest of our samosadillas, and then we're going to pop it into an oven, 365 degrees, for about 10 minutes, and we'll have a snack. Now that our samosadillas are finished, I've got this wonderful potato and pea mixture wrapped up between two whole wheat tortillas. I'm going to add one more flavor that's also common in both Mexican as well as Indian food, and that is mango. This is a mango chutney, and all this is something that you can find also at your grocery store. Mango chutney in the jarred section. You can find these pretty easily today in your grocery store. So I'm just going to add a little bit of some sweet mango chutney to my spicy, warm samosadilla. That is really tasty. I love the sweetness of that mango with a little bit of the spice on the potato and pea mixture. This is wonderful, and again, we held it together with just potatoes. You don't need the cheese. To chew on more information and complete recipes, visit dishwitheileen.com.